Okay, let's begin. Warm welcome everyone to your financial success model. Your coming here informs me that you're really committed to your financial growth. Else, Sunday morning, 11 a.m., why would we be here? So, warm welcome Rutuja, Rajeshwari, Shriya, Bhagyashri, Nitika, Janvi, everyone who is here. Thank you so much for joining in from different locations and really demonstrating your commitment to your growth. So let's dive in. Just say ready if you're ready to take huge value from this session. Go ahead. Just start typing. Are you ready? Just say ready if you are. Welcome, Sarab. Yes, Shriya is ready. She's the first one who is ready. Yes, Nitika is ready. Absolutely ready. Got that, guys. Thank you for demonstrating your commitment to your growth. So, this webinar will run for 90 minutes. I highly recommend that if you have any appointments, you let people know that you're busy here, committed to your financial success so that they are taken care of. If your family doesn't know and you think that they'll call you in between, inform them so that you can commit yourself for these 90 minutes. Another thing, please bring some pens and papers so that you can make notes. You will see a lot of value getting created, and I would love that you write things down so that you can take value and remember it. So just take 1 or 2 seconds and grab pens and papers. Another thing, you can also click photographs or whatever I share here so that you can actually kind of go back to it. Okay, so don't shy away from taking photographs, making notes. Also, if you have any questions, please keep them for the end. In the end, we will keep about 10 minutes for answering all the questions that you guys have. So note them down on your papers and we'll take them absolutely in the end. Okay, guys. And today in the webinar, let me show you what we will create. So we will be talking about today the 3 phases of wealth creation. That's the first thing that we will talk about today. The second thing that we will learn today is about what are the steps needed to create wealth and how you can do it. What are assets and liabilities and how you can calculate your net worth. So these are the 3 things that we will learn in today's webinar. Moving on. Who we are, why are we talking about this, and now sharing that. So guys, if you, I don't know how many of you know, but only 1 in 3 Indian women take charge of their finances. And out of those 1 out of 3, only 30% take their own investment decisions. So you are those unique people, those really small, that, you belong to that small percentage which is wanting to really take charge of their finances and invest and make their financial decisions on their own. So this is big, and I would love for each one of you to know that you're unique. And guys, we are Women on Wealth, and what we're doing is we are helping women take charge of their finances. So we run online financial training and coaching programs so that women can learn how they can manage their money and how they can grow it effectively. We've now been operational for the last 9 years and we have helped over 4,000 women. They've become debt free, come out of living paycheck to paycheck. They today save at least 25% more than they ever saved. Many women have learned how to pick good investments, good stocks, good mutual funds, all of this without depending on their husband, father, broker. So, guys, finance has mostly been a male domain in our family. And our intention at Women on Wealth is to make it gender free so that more and more women can take charge of their finances and they can get involved in major financial decision making in their family. So this is pretty much what we do and what we believe at Women on Wealth is that finance is a system and everybody can learn it. Okay? So what I want to let you know is that finance is a system. So if you ever thought that, you need great math skills or you need to be great with numbers, you don't know how do you get to your goals. It's a system. It's a step by step method. It's a process. And whether man, whether woman, anybody can learn that system, practice it to mastery and reach their financial goals. Right? So that's what's possible if you actually open your eyes to finance being a system. How we make this possible for women is through our programs. So, like I said, we run online financial training and coaching programs. So, these are our programs, 6 programs that we run, and different team members are running different programs. So, today, what you've come to the financial success model is an introduction to our Women on Wealth Money Gym program, which is a personal finance blueprint. Another program we run is purely on stock investing, where you learn the art of picking quality stocks for beginners. Debt to Freedom Intensive is run by our core team members, Sheetal Guru. Relationship and Money Intensive are run by team members, Kushali Gandhi and Meera Swaroop. Kids and Money is run by Beena Jaykrishnan, and she's here sitting with us. Beena, just say hi so that everybody can see you. Yes, thanks, Beena. So this is Kids and Money run by Beena, and we also run premium one-on-one paid coaching. So these are the different training and coaching programs we run, and these are various free resources which we offer 6 days a week. Why 6 days a week? Because we believe that working on your money life is a weekday activity, a daily activity. It is not a weekend activity. It is not something you do once in a while. So you can click, all of you can click in photographs, and you will see that we do from Monday to Sunday a lot of activities that you can engage in. On Monday, we talk with our women investors. On Tuesday, we decode the ET Wealth newspaper. On Wednesday, we have the Book Club discussion. Thursday, we run My Investment Mastery series. Friday is decoding of the Economic Times newspaper. And Sunday, our candid community conversations. And you can connect with us, especially on Facebook, because we run all these lives on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, and many other places. So do make sure that you connect with us in all these places. Moving on, guys. So who am I? Why am I talking about all this? Okay. So sharing a little bit about me and my background, because I know a lot of women think that you need to be great at finance, great at maths to be a part of finance or to be taking charge of finance. I'm none of that. I'm a master's in journalism. I used to be a reporter with news agencies, had a great salary, good position, and I used to spend my salary on buying branded shoes, clothes, bags, because that's what I knew best. I always wanted to create wealth and I didn't know how to get there. And I got a big shock when one of my male colleagues, who was at the same position as mine, he ended up buying a property. And I was shocked. I had not even managed to save that much money. And this goes back to 2006. And I was like, okay. I thought the first person to take guidance from is my dad. And like any well meaning man, my dad said, oh, do traditional investments, PPF, fixed deposits. And I did those, and I realized that the rate of return was really low. Uh, and I knew I would never reach my goals this way. And I had big goals. I wanted to buy my own property in Delhi NCR, earn from my investments, ultimately build a corpus for my business. I knew I will not get there if I continue to take the same actions that I was taking. I needed to do something different to get different results. I thought, let me check with this male colleague When I asked my male colleague, he mentioned that he invests in the stock market. Straight I went ahead, opened a demat account, got myself a broker, a stock broker, started buying and selling whatever my broker told me to do, only to realize in 2008 that I lost 90% of what I had invested. And at that time, I was so sad and disgusted with what had happened that I thought wealth creation was not for me. So I gave up. I was lost, sad, disgusted. And this was until I met my mentors. And a stock investor, a property investor, a serial entrepreneur, and a business coach. These four people began to guide me. They gave me little exercises to do. They taught me a lot around finance. And that's when I discovered that finance was a system. There was a step-by-step methodology to pick good quality stocks. There was a step-by-step methodology to pick good mutual funds, other investments. It wasn't gambling. With the small exercises that I did, financial clarity began to emerge in my life. Like I exactly knew how much money entered my life, how much money went out, where that money was going, what were my financial goals, how much money I needed to reach my financial goals, where I needed to invest, how much I needed to invest. Like I said, my mentors taught me the methodology to pick good investments, and I went ahead with a lot of courage, picked good investments, built an entire portfolio without depending on anybody in my life. And boom, it was different because I started earning from these investments. I was earning more than what my expenses were. I managed to buy my own property in Delhi NCR, and at that point, I knew that I was free to take up meaningful projects in my life. And 2011, we started Women on Wealth, and since then, there's been no looking back. We've been covered by the BBC News, the Business News Channel, Hindustan Times, Seminar Magazine, Entrepreneur Magazine. Also, we were written about by Sherry Blair herself. Sherry Blair wrote about us in the Huffington Post. She is the wife of ex-UK Prime Minister Tony Blair, and she came from London specially to visit us and offered us the India Partnership for the Sherry Blair Foundation. And now we nominate women for their courses abroad. This is my story, and well, we have over 4,000 stories in our community of women. Let me share a few stories. Bina here is sitting with us, and she had no savings. And when she came to the program, she could begin to save. Whatever she wrote in her vision, whatever she said are her goals, and she will want to reach them in 2 years' time, today she actually has them in reality. Okay, if you actually ask her, she'll be able to show you her diary where whatever she wrote, she actually has accomplished it in 2 years' time. She took her mother on a foreign trip. She's managed to save money. She's managed to also win confidence of her husband, that today he says, okay, honey, can you check the mutual funds that we have, and are these good investments? And that's what she's doing. Another community member of ours who's a doctor, she had no savings, no investments, had no clue about investments. And within 18 months of doing the program, she's managed to save over 16.5 lakhs. Not only save, she's also invested that money in a portfolio, and she's built that portfolio on her own with her own research, mutual funds, stocks, tax saving investments, all of it beautifully placed, no debt. Another community member, 22 lakhs worth debt, credit card debt, was paid off within 20 months of doing the program. So such are the success stories. Another community member has managed to generate over 100% return on her stocks in just 6 years of her investing on her own. So that's the power of, guys, taking charge of your finances and what is possible for each one of you. My intention of sharing these stories and my story is to inspire you to action. So before we move forward, I would invite all of you to start sharing what are the different financial goals that you have. Like I shared different stories today. Like it could be that, you want to buy your own property, you want to become debt free, you want to earn from your investments, you want to take your parents on a vacation, you want to take your husband on an exotic vacation. Can you start typing? What is it that you committed to in your financial life? What is it that you want to achieve? So go ahead, start typing. Okay, Gurleen wants to buy her own property. Beautiful, Gurleen. And I'm sure this goal or dream is not there कि अभी अभी सेशन में आए और गोल ड्रीम दिखा, ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ होगा. ये बहुत सालों से या महीनों से आपकी जिंदगी में होगा. So could you start sharing since when you have this dream of buying your own property? What about others? Start typing. Bhagyashri, Sarabjit, Rustuja. Okay, Nitika, you want to be carefree. Absolutely, got it. I want to be carefree and I want to build my kids' higher education fund. Shreya is saying, I want to secure my future and my kids' education. Brilliant. I want to save for a world tour, is Rutuja. Yes. Okay. What about others? Okay. Rajeshwari, you want to have a contingency fund that can sustain us as a family through uncertain times of job loss and pay cuts. Eventually work towards buying a property. Beautiful. So contingency fund and buying a property. Rajeshwari has two goals. Uma is saying she wants to take care. She wants to take herself on a great vacation. Wow. So money for a trip. Okay. Probably solo trip abroad. Okay. Sarabjit is saying, I want to make sure my old age is secure. Got that, guys. So now these are the various financial dreams and goals you've articulated. For how long you've been having these goals? Tell me. Like 1 year, 5 months, 10 months, 10 years, 20 years. Bhagyashri says she wants to travel the world. Okay. 5 years, 10 years, 4 years. Got it. Anybody here who can say, okay, from childhood? Okay, 7 years in my case. 5 years. Uma is saying I'm 55. Gurleen is saying I've been planning to buy my own property from the last 1 year. Bhagyashri, 10 years. Yes, since my college days. Got that, guys. Got that. And what's stopping us from getting there? Like, I think 1 year was the minimum, and 10 years is the maximum we have. And trust me, if you actually go back, it will be even more. So 1 to 10 years period. How come we didn't get there? Like, what's missing? What's missing, guys? Okay, money comes in on the first of the month, and by the 15th, the accounts are empty. Got that, Rajeshwari? Shortage of funds. Okay. Bhagyashri is also kind of connecting with what Rajeshwari said. Okay? No clue where my money goes. I'm not planned well financially. Got that, Uma? Shreya, there's no planning. I tried learning how to manage money, but couldn't find any steps on how exactly to do it. Got it. Got it. Thank you guys for sharing. And today, let's actually talk about some of the exact steps. So let's today make that happen. Let's today kind of understand, okay, what are those exact steps that we need to be taking? So today, we're going to share 3 secrets to your financial goals. So are you ready? Just say yes if you are. Are you ready to now get there? Ready for the 3 secrets, everyone? Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. So let's move secret one. And that is, what are the three phases of wealth creation? So guys, there are three phases of wealth building. The first phase is the accumulation phase. The second phase is the growth phase. And the third phase is the income phase. What is accumulation phase? Where you actually begin to accumulate your money. What does accumulate mean? Accumulate means where you actually begin to, kind of save money, put it together. And sometimes many of us just keep doing that only. We just keep believing that, okay, to grow our money, we need a lot of money. So let's first accumulate a good chunk. And in that accumulation, what happens? We are reducing the purchasing power of our money if we are not growing it. So one beautiful thing about these phases, guys, is that they run simultaneously. It's not that first you will accumulate money, then you will grow it, and then you will generate an income from the money that you've accumulated and grown. It's never that way. All these three phases run simultaneously. Okay, and if you just accumulate money, if you only save money and you don't grow it, inflation is going to eat up on your market share. So guys, now start sharing. Any guesses on what has been the inflation rate for the last month? I think July's inflation rate was declared. Okay, so what has been the inflation rate for July? Inflation, you understand, where the purchasing power of your money is reducing. It is eating up on your savings if you're not growing the money over and above that inflation rate. So guys, any guesses? What's the inflation rate in our country right now? What was reported last? Any guesses? Okay, Rajeshwari is saying 6.5. Sarabjit is saying 6.9. Janvi is saying 5. Okay, any guesses, guys? Rutuja is saying 6. Okay, Nitika is saying 10. Brilliant, guys. So for July, okay, the inflation rate was 6.9%. So the purchasing power of your money is reducing by 6.9%. That's the inflation rate. And now in your savings account, if you keep the money, then after COVID hit us, the rate of interest in the savings account has come down to 2%. And for fixed deposits, it's come down to 4%. So while inflation is at 6.9%, your money lying in the savings and fixed deposits is only growing by 2 and 4%, which means there is still inflation eating up because we are not growing our money. So guys, growth phase means when you are beating inflation. Okay, when you are beating inflation and you are making your money work or growing your finances or multiplying them, they all mean the same thing. So growth phase doesn't mean putting your money in a fixed deposit or in a policy where probably you don't even know, but that policy is not even generating as much return to beat inflation. Like, let me give you an example of a policy which was introduced just a few months ago. Okay, so imagine that, there's a broker and he or she comes to you and says, okay, for 10 years, once every year you pay 1 lakh rupees. Okay? And at the end of 20 years, you will receive 22 lakhs back. Okay, so 10 years, you pay 1 lakh each year, which means you're paying 10 lakh rupees. And at the end of 20 years, you're receiving 22 lakhs. So your money has increased from 10 lakhs to 22 lakhs, isn't it? Guys, yes, your money has multiplied, right? Like You would say it's the growth phase. Yeah? Just say yes. Are you guys getting yes? Okay, Janvi saying yes. Correct, guys. Kulleen, yes. Like my money has grown, which means I'm in the growth phase. Now the catch is it's not. Why is it not? Because if inflation, say, okay, if inflation is eating up on our money, then would that 22 lakhs is not 22 lakhs. It's actually post just a 5% inflation. Okay, I'm just taking 5%. I'm not even taking 6.9%. Just at 5% inflation after 22 years, that money which is looking as 22 lakhs can only buy what 8.2 lakhs can buy today. Okay. So by paying 10 lakh rupees, you're actually receiving money which is worth only 8.2 lakhs. And well, inflation is such a, like my mentor says, inflation is such a blind spot, we can't even see it. It's like we can only see 10 to 22 lakhs. But inflation goes missing for most of us in the growth phase. So guys, whenever you're growing your money, what you need to be really cautious of is my money beating inflation? Because if it is not, then my money is not growing. Okay. Did everyone get this? Is everybody clear about growth phase? Could you say clear if you're clear? Just type in clear if you got this. Yeah. Okay. Bhagyashri is clear. Gurleen is clear. Rutuja is clear. Everybody, are you clear? Because I'm committed you take loads of value today. Sonal, Uma, Leela. Hey. Sure, Nitika, there's a power of compounding formula that you can use to determine. Okay, to determine this. Sarabjit, clear? Yes, guys. So that's what all of you need to understand for phase 2. And now coming to phase 3, which is the income phase, where you begin to generate an investment income. So you accumulate money, you grow it simultaneously, and you begin to generate an alternate source of income. I think COVID has opened eyes for all of us that we can't be dependent on just one source of income. We got to generate multiple sources of income. And one of the ways to generate multiple sources of income could be investments. Did any one of you get this? Like during COVID, did you realize, just say realized, if you realize that yes, you need different sources of income and you can't be like dependent on one. Got it. So you've realized, Deepika. Okay. Anybody else who could see that, yeah, I need to be kind of generating different sources of income. It can't be just one source. Shriya, Uma, yeah, because sometimes we just depend on that one job, one business, or one husband, yeah, to take care of us. And yeah, more passive income is needed. Absolutely, Ankita. Yeah, Rajeshwari, I'm glad you connect with what I'm saying. So that's not the way forward. So we all need to understand that these 3 phases run simultaneously. So as I accumulate, I grow my money to beat inflation, and I simultaneously begin to generate an income from these investments. And it's not that, okay, if I'm investing small amounts, then I will generate a huge income. No, it will take time to grow your finances, to grow your money, to beat inflation. And it will take time to generate a high investment income which can actually meet your expenses so that you're not dependent on any one source to take care of your expenses. Okay. So guys, now I want to share an example of a community member and she came to us and she inherited a lot of investments from her dad, who passed on all of a sudden. And when she inherited all this money, she couldn't understand what they were, because they were all done by dad, who passed on all of a sudden, and she didn't know what to do with them. And she came to us and she was earning well, saving money. And she was like, buddy, what do I do? How do I use this money? Because, I want to make investment as my business. That's what she was committed to, making investments as her business. And her goal, that she saw for herself was that she wanted to be an intelligent investor. She wanted to really make good use of the money that she's inherited from her dad and grow it further well. She learned everything about personal finances, mutual funds, stocks, debt fund, every kind of investment she studied, and learned how she could further grow her money, how she could build her financial foundation, how she could grow this finance to a point that she could begin to generate an investment income where she is not dependent on any job or any business or her husband. And that's what she exactly did. It's been 6 years that she's been with our community. And in these 6 years, she has a very strong portfolio, investment portfolio that she's built. And she hit, just a few months ago, she hit a point of financial freedom. And we call it the crossover point, where she actually had earned so much money from her investment that it covered her expenses. Now, yes, it took time. Yes, she learned about all the phases and what are the practical tools to get there. And today, she's reached that point where she's not only meeting her goals of retirement fund, world tour, and more, but she's also reached her financial freedom. So, guys, that's possible even for you, each one of you. And you could actually strive for your financial success, your financial success. On that point, let's go to secret number 2 today. So, secret number 2 for your financial success. You all said that you have, all these goals that you want to reach. Some of you say, hey, my money finishes by the 15th of the month. I don't have any savings. I did not kind of have that much money. Or I did not know how to get there. How do I do this? Or how do I overcome the challenges I have? Because only when I overcome these challenges can I really make it to my goals. Today in the secret 2, we're going to share how you can do that, how you can really reach your goals, what is needed for you to get there. So guys, first step, resolve to start. Can you today take on starting on this? Like, instead of just thinking about these goals, thinking about the challenges, can we today begin to discover the system that can help us overcome these challenges? Can you all resolve to start today? Can you type in resolve if you're taking on starting today, like you're resolving to start today? Just type in resolve. Got it. Got it. Gurleen, Shriya, Bhageshwari, Rajeshwari, Nitika, Uma, everybody. Ankita, I trust you can hear me now. Janvi, Sonal, brilliant guys. Yes. Let's today resolve to start. And now let's learn. Now that we've started, let's learn what's the next step. So the next step is learning to research. Learning what is this system in finance? What is that step-by-step methodology to manage my finances? To come out of this paycheck to paycheck situation, what is the methodology I can use? What is the methodology I can use to multiply my money, grow my finances, preserve my wealth? Whatever money I already have, if I've inherited any, how do I preserve it? So guys, finance, like I said earlier, is a system. We all need to just learn it. And what you need to learn in this is, how do you research? What is that methodology? So that's number 2 on how you reach your goals. Step 3, build an attitude of an investor. So somebody who's willing to learn at all times, somebody who's really open-minded, an open heart, somebody who's willing, open will. My mentors say that if you have an open mind, an open heart, an open will, nothing can stop you. Nothing. So open will, open heart, open mind. Somebody who's willing to learn. Somebody who's persistent. Like, if you give up on this journey, if you quit, then definitely, you're going to kind of fail. Otherwise, this is a fail-proof system. Like, nobody fails in our system. Why? If you persist with the system, there is no way you'll fail with it. So, persistence is one of the key attitudes of an investor, a financially successful person. And being disciplined. Like, there's no substitute to discipline, right? जैसे स्कूल होता है, उसमें एक टाइम टेबल होता है, आपको वो फॉलो करना होता है, टेस्ट होते हैं, आपको वो टेस्ट देने होते हैं. Like, you got to be disciplined about it if you want to really grow academically. The same way is how we run Women on Wealth. It's a money school for women. You learn the methodology, you practice it, and you follow a certain timetable. And if you follow that, you don't quit, you actually keep doing it, persisting with it, you make it to your goals. Boom. And we have so many women who managed to get there, and so will you. Next, guys, mentors are a key. Like, I'm clear, had my mentors not been there, I would have not managed to generate the kind of returns I've generated. I would have not managed to build an entire investment portfolio with my own understanding. They played a huge role, and they were open enough to actually share the system with me, because I didn't even know that there was a system. I know you would not know, because I've met so many women in this 9-year journey that they didn't know that this was a system and that you could get there. So mentors are a key, guys. If you have them, like, like one of my mentors says, ki, agar, if you have a guru, you're already an achiever, because that guru is going to make sure that you get in there. And community is the secret success ingredient. So guys, we're all equal to 5 people around us. And if those 5 people are financially successful people, then we are going to be financially successful too. Can we surround ourselves with a community like that? And can we engage in that community? So all the free resources from Monday to Sunday that I share, you could actually begin to use them from now on and make a difference to your money life. And we are filled with women who are already financially successful and who want to be financially successful. Many of our community members are sitting here. Rutuja, if you could write me. Sarabjit, if you could write me. They're all products of our program. They're sitting here to kind of take value and serve. Serve all of you. They've taken value. And that's, these are the kind of women you need to surround yourself with. So guys, repeating all the steps on how you could get to your goals. Number 1, resolve to start. Like, no more overthinking, analyzing, paralyzing. Start today. Just get down to it. Let's begin. Enough of just dreaming. Second step, let's learn to research. Let's learn about the system. What's the methodology for saving money, earning more money, investing more money? How do I do it? On my own. Because that's what true financial independence is. And you're not only earning, but managing, investing your money with your own understanding. Building an attitude of an investor. Somebody who's willing to learn, persist, be disciplined. Mentors are a key, and community is the secret success ingredient. So, guys, that's how you do it. I want to stop here and ask all of you, did you all get it? Did you all get all these steps to wealth creation? Just say, got it. If you got all these steps today, got it. Rituja, Ritika, Sonal, Bhagyashri, Janvi, Gulin, great guys. Ritika, brilliant. So you all got this. Now, actually, let me share. How when you use all these steps, what becomes possible. One of our community members, Roli Khandelwal, she came to us. Her business wasn't doing great, living paycheck to paycheck, had debt, two girls, two daughters, and lives in a metro and wants to kind of create wealth and didn't know how to get there. She actually learned this entire methodology, all these steps she implemented in her life, began to save, her business flourished, her finances flourished. She began to save, invest her own money by picking the right investments on her own without depending on anybody. And one day, her father in law recognized her efforts and he brought the entire pile of investments and said, hey, here is the entire file of all the investments of the entire family. You are now the finance minister of our house. You know far more than what I do. Now you make sure that we all are financially taken care of. And now she manages the finances for the entire family. So guys, this is what's possible when you actually implement all these steps in your personal life. Moving on, let's go to the next step. And that's secret number 3. And that is learning about your net worth. So guys, tell me, how many of you calculate your own financial worth? Like you do it on a monthly basis. You calculate your financial worth. Just say yes, no. I don't do it, no. I do it, yes. Bhagyashri, Deepika. Okay, Deepika is saying, I don't. Shriya, I don't. Kritika, I don't. Okay, Leela does. Great job, Leela. Sonal doesn't. Sarah is saying she learned about it in the Money Gym program. Got that, Sarah? Yes. And guys, this is one of the important steps. Priti, got it. This is one of the important steps to take if you're up to financial growth in your life, which is to calculate your net worth. And how do you calculate it? What goes in it? So, the first thing that you need to know about is assets. So, what are assets? Please write this down. Anything that will grow in value over a period of time are assets. Anything that will grow your money over a period of time. Like car is not an asset because it goes down in value. So what are the different assets? Okay, for now, because you guys know about savings account, fixed deposits, take them. Okay. So savings, fixed deposits, gold coins, stocks, mutual funds, any policies you have. So make a list of all the assets you have right now. They will grow in value over a period of time. It could also be cash, which is lying, or recurring deposits that you have, or any property that you have. So all those are examples of assets. The second thing that you need to know about is liabilities. Anything that takes money out of your pocket are liabilities. Like personal loans, credit card loans, car loans, property loans, any friendly loans. So make a list of all the loans that you have. Not the loans you've given, the loans you've taken yourself, which is putting money out of your pocket. Make a list of all of these. Like I actually personally know women who don't have even one asset in their own names. Everything is in family's name. Uh, Even if they have assets in their names, they never built them and they never keep a tab on them, like somebody else built them and somebody else just manages them. And guys, it's important for us to know, okay, what our net worth is, because then we as women kind of begin to doubt ourselves and our abilities, and we lose our confidence and self-esteem in the process. And what I want to say here is that only financial consciousness builds financial intelligence. So today is that opportunity to build towards financial consciousness. So write down whatever you know, and if you do not have anything in your name, it is fine. We're not here to judge each other. It's a safe space for women to be and grow from wherever you stand today. You could be in debts and it's fine. You could be having a negative net worth. So what you'll do now is start calculating. So put down all the assets you have. Put down all the loans, liabilities you have. And your net worth will be assets minus your liabilities. So you will have to put the amounts here. So say property and amount, stocks and amount, mutual fund and amount, policies and amount. So start putting all the amounts here and loans here, and assets minus liabilities will give you your net worth. Yeah, so whatever premium you paid, Nitika, you can add all of them up and they'll give you whatever assets you have. Rajeshwari, no, your salary will not come here. Whatever money in your savings account or fixed deposits are there, you will include that. So guys, are you calculating? Just say calculating if you are doing that right now, or say not calculating, don't know figures, or don't have any assets, or don't have anything, no liabilities, no assets. Just share and know that we're not judging. We love you and we're committed that you grow financially. Okay, we are a safe space, so you can really openly share. Okay, Rajeshwari is calculating. Great, Rajeshwari. So we'll wait for you to complete. Go ahead. Kritika, not calculating. Okay, what's coming in your way of calculating? Kritika, start typing. Yeah, so you will only write the premiums that you've paid for now, Nitika. Okay, because well, I'm not even sure if those policies will pay. If you break the policy right now, it will pay as much as you know all the premiums that you paid. Got it, Shreya. Thanks for being vulnerable. Shreya doesn't know the figures. Got it, Shreya. And it's critical, Shreya, that from today's session you know kind of take this, that financial consciousness is the key to financial intelligence. We got to know this. Okay? Not that we doubt our husband or we doubt any people. We just want to be in the know of things. And we are all smart and educated women. We can take charge of our finances. Nothing stops us. Gurleen, you're calculating. Great. Okay, Smriti, you're not calculating. Got it. Yes, Rajeshwari, net worth can be a negative figure. If your loans are more than the assets you have, the liabilities are more than the assets you have, then definitely your net worth will be negative. This is how much you're worth financially right now, and it is okay the way it is. No, so no shame, no blame. Remember that. It is perfect the way it is right now. Okay, Kritika also doesn't know the numbers. Uma, why aren't you doing it now? Like, what's coming in your way? Sure, Nitika, do it. Sure, Uma. Yeah, I'm putting rough estimates. Yeah, put rough estimates. I think that's Vina's tip for all of you. If you don't know the exact numbers, at least put rough figures to see how much is it. Because you all need to know your current financial situation. Where am I right now financially? Because then can you see the gap between where you are today financially and where you need to be. Okay, so it's critical that you do this. Then only can you know the gap. Bhageshri saying, figuring out my assets is so difficult. Got that? Yes. Yes, Uma, go for the rough one. The finances in my household are clubbed together between my husband and I. So the net worth is cumulative. Sure, Rajeshwari, you could do that. Also, make sure you create your personal net worth as well. Because I've seen a lot of families, I'm just speaking from personal experience, that yes, families have a lot of net worth, but when it comes to the person, the woman herself, she barely has anything in her name. Okay. And well, that is what we are here to change as women on wealth. Sure, Sonal. Yes, Ankita. Put down for now the premiums that you paid. Anybody who's calculated her net worth, just say done if you manage to calculate it. Yes, put your provident fund there, Uma. Absolutely, it's an asset for you. Rajeshwari, no shame, no blame. Okay. Thanks for sharing that you're embarrassed, and it's okay. It's okay. Trust you me, we have so many women who came to our programs and community with negative net worth, zero net worth, and it is fine. I mean, if we all women knew this system and we were consciously working on it, or if finance was taught in schools and colleges, like practical finance as a system that can be implemented in your life in schools and colleges, it's not taught. And if it was taught, trust me, you and I and women on wealth was not even needed. We would all be creating wealth and automatically getting to our goals. Sure, sure, sure. Ankita, I get you. Yes. We do not have these figures ready. Got it, Ankita. Okay. Anybody else who's done, completed the work, you don't need to declare the numbers. You just need to say done, complete. Just type that. Or not done. You could even say that, not done still, and it's fine. Uma, done. Leela, done. Great. Brilliant. Sure, please do it after the webinar, Ankita. Yeah. And reach out to us, inform us that you've done it. Brilliant, guys. So, any questions till now? I would love to spend 5-7 minutes on answering any questions that you guys have till now. So, guys, please start typing all your questions. So, if you are in credit card debt, Rajeshwari, then it's a liability. So, it will be like, it will come in the negative. Assets minus liabilities are your net worth. So, yeah, it's a liability. Yeah, term plans, no, they're not assets. They're just for risk management, Nitika. Guys, any other questions other than assets and liabilities, other than your net worth? Any questions from the entire webinar? No, it's not a liability. It's neither an asset. It's just there for risk management, Nitika. So it's different. Thank you. Okay, guys, any questions? Anything you want to ask? Please start typing all your questions. Yeah, ULIP will come in assets. Okay. It will come in assets. Smita. Guys, you can ask any question right now other than assets and liabilities, other than net worth also. Yeah. Yeah, it can't be. Ankita, it can't be. Nitika, how do you accumulate money? So there is a step-by-step method to accumulating and breaking out of living paycheck to paycheck situation. And it begins by identifying what are my financial goals? Why break out of this situation, or why do I accumulate money? What's the point? And how much money do I want to accumulate for what purpose? And in how many years? Like a clear timeline with the exact goal, amount of money for that goal, all of these figures need to be put out. Once you put those figures out, the next step is to identify where am I right now financially? What is my current net worth? Where is all my money going right now? What's happening with my finances right now? And then the third step comes, okay, what's the gap between where I am today, where I want to be? How do I cover that gap? Then you begin the art of financial planning. You create your own financial plan to get, okay, this is the methodology to plan my finances, because not accumulation alone is not enough. So the plan will also have the growth phase and the income phase. So you will begin the art of financial planning. And another important aspect will be, okay, how do I build that investment portfolio? So learning the step-by-step methodology to pick good mutual funds. Like right now, how do we pick mutual funds? We just depend on brokers and advisors or colleagues to tell us this is a good mutual fund to buy. How do we do tax saving? Like almost towards the end, jab bilkul, company says ki abhi abhi batao, then we kind of buy into something. Like we're not linking our investments to our goals. We do not have a written plan. And all of that is needed to reach our financial goals. And another important aspect to work on is financial integrity, where we begin to balance our goals and our expenses, where it's fulfilling. Okay, Uma, it's absolutely okay to not know what to ask. It's fine. Nitika, I trust I answered your question. So, Nitika, your question is, are there any benchmarks on saving percentages? Like this much I must be saving out of my income? So there is no one size fit all. I know there are many articles on finance which give such numbers. I am not somebody who agrees to that, because I really believe that each individual is different. Their financial goals are different. And how much you need to save and invest to reach your financial goals is very individual. Like nobody else can do it for you. Like, let me ask you, can you diet for me? Like you diet and I lose weight. You exercise and I kind of benefit from it. Can't happen. Like if I want to be healthy, I want to be physically fit, I got to be taking charge. Like I got to create, yes, I got to learn the method to doing it and then implement it, practice it on my own to get to my desired result. The same way is with finance. So the system is exactly the same. So no benchmarks really. So your expenses will not be put in your assets and liabilities, Ankita. That's a different thing. Okay? Your expenses are different. Okay, Bhagishri is saying one more challenge is we do so much micro expenses on daily basis, so could not save money at the end. Bhagishri, I get you. Yes, sometimes we don't even know where our money went. Like it sometimes we just wonder, okay, where did it all go? What happened? So yeah, I connect with it. And you can change this about yourself, because if you continue to be here, you're not going to kind of reach your goals. Rajeshwari, this 25 plan, great. I mean, I'm glad that your dad taught you something around finances. This is brilliant, because most of us don't even talk about money in our homes, in our families. So, or even in, in actually in offices, if it's talked about, then it's only to brag how much you know, flaunting your knowledge. It's not really, the intention is not to help each other. So, what I would say as an expert is that, um, there is no one size fit all. Like, this can't be a blanket statement that we make, because we don't know your goals. We have not calculated how much money you require for them. We've not calculated how much money you need to be saving and investing where to reach those goals. How do we put, a blanket figure like that? We can't. So it's important that we all learn the art of planning our own finances, putting the action plan on what needs to happen to get to our goals. So yeah, Rajeshwari, I trust I've answered your question. Anything else, guys? We could spend 2 more minutes answering any questions you guys have. Yeah, and don't hold back, okay? Just be yourself and ask anything. Or just say no question if you do not have anything to ask right now. I have a bad cold today. Yeah, so I'm not saying there's anything right or wrong. There's no right, no wrong. I'm just saying let's do it in a systematic way, Ankita. Let's kind of learn the art of financial planning, because everybody may have to plan differently. Everybody's goals will be different. The amount that you need to reach those goals will be different. The time horizon we have is different. So we can't put a blanket figure. So Smita, if you actually start calculating, ULIPs generally don't even beat inflation. So I don't think that it's a great investment tool, because to be in the growth phase, you got to be in investments that actually beat inflation. So it's critical that we learn about them. Uma, nothing wrong in not having goals. Okay? No right, no wrong, no blame, no shame. It's perfect. It's just that you've not articulated it. Each one of us has goals, dreams. We may have not articulated them. That's fine. You will articulate them. What's the better way to start investing? Is to learn investing yourself. The starting is not to kind of jump. Okay? And like, like you don't jump into an ocean. You know you will die. You first learn swimming, and then the same way is with investing. Get financially educated, learn it. Otherwise, you're just going to lose your money, and you will be one of the many people who complain that they lost. They may never tell you that they did not follow a methodology. They did not even know that there was a method. They just gamble their money, and of course, then they will lose money. So the best way to get started is financial education. And guys, on that note, I'm moving forward. Thank you for all those questions. I trust you've created value for yourself from all these three secrets that we shared today. And now, let me ask you 2, 3 questions. So, my first question to you is, how many of you realize that there is a lot more to learn as far as implementing this knowledge is concerned? There's a lot more to, like whatever knowledge I shared today, there's a lot more to it. Just say yes. Yeah, Shriya, Nitika, Leela, Sonal, Ankita, Uma. Yeah, there's a lot more to it, right, guys? And now my second question is even more important. How many of you realize that by you not implementing this knowledge, you will be grinding, struggling for the rest of your life? You will keep trying to do things in an old-fashioned way, in your own way, by yourself or probably with your husband. And if you do not use a proven system that works, and it's been implemented by so many women, like I showed you in the webinar, like you'll be grinding and struggling. So how many of you realize that not implementing will just be, like continuing in my struggle? Just say yes. Got that? Yeah. Uma, Bhagishri, Shriya, Rajeshwari. Got it, guys. Sonal. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing what you're learning here. And that's why we've designed this course, which is called the Personal Finance Blueprint, the Money Gym program. And this is our, um, our method to get there. It's an ultimate training system to reach your financial goals. And whatever you've learned with us in the last 60 minutes will help you put all of that into action in this program. So we are going to give you the step-by-step guide on how you can implement whatever you've heard today. So before I go on and tell you more about this curriculum, tell you more about the program, I'm going to make this clear that, this is not for everyone, guys. This program is not for everyone. So if you kind of thought that, okay, this is not my cup of tea, I don't think I can implement all this, it's fine. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, other channels, and it's fine. And if you think this is not for you, you can leave the webinar right now. I'm giving you 5-7 seconds. You can leave and know that I respect you, love you. We all love you as much as a team at Minimum Life. But if you are somebody who is serious and you're willing to make a decision today in this webinar, then I want you to type that I'm serious. I'm serious about my financial goals. I'm serious about getting there. Like I'm serious. Yeah, absolutely serious. Got that, Rajeshwari. Thanks for typing that in. What about others? Are you guys serious about your goals? Huh? Nitika, yes, it is a priority for me. Got that. Uma is serious. So is Shriya. Yeah. Leela is saying, I'm serious. I don't see what is there, to lose by learning something new. Brilliant. I need a way to get out of this mess. I'm serious. It's so nice. Ah. Rituja is sharing, I can't imagine my life without the system now. Ankita is saying, I'm damn serious. It's a top priority. High time I get to it. God, that's really, God, that. Thank you for sharing that, guys, because decisions can change destiny. And people who decide without sitting on the fence are the ones who will make progress in their life. And I want to talk to those women who are ready to make a decision. And I will tell you from our side, whatever we offer in the webinar today will be the best value, the best that we are going to give you. And even if you give us 1 rupee, we are going to give you 10 rupees in value. And you can mark my words for that. So I needed your permission before I go on to tell you about the curriculum. Now that I've gotten it, let me explain to you more about the curriculum. I'll share all the details with you, and you have to decide for yourself whether it is a yes, whether it is a no. For me and the team, it doesn't matter because it's your life, your goals, and you will decide for yourself what you truly want. So now I'm going to share my screen, and so guys, take your decision because that's going to change your destiny today, your financial destiny. So now I'm sharing about the Money Gym program, which is our personal finance blueprint program. And this is a 6 steps program. In step number 1, we build a vision for self. So you build a vision for yourself in the program. In step number 2, you identify your current financial situation. You identify where all your money is going and what is your net worth. Step number 3, you identify the gap between where you are financially today and where you want to be. Step number 4, you build your financial plan, especially your retirement plan within the program, and you become your own financial planner. So you learn the art of financial planning. You build your investment portfolio on your own without depending on anybody. How? Because you learn how to identify equity mutual funds. And within the program, you begin investing in a fund on your own after your own selection. And we'll be your guides. You learn the difference between gold bonds, gold funds, physical gold, which one to pick and how. And you learn about other safe instruments within the program. Step number 6, you build your financial integrity, which is a balance between immediate gratification and your goals. So these are the 6 steps, guys, that we work on in the program. By working on these 6 steps, this is the lifetime value that you create. You get an access, a step-by-step methodology, a system to come out of living paycheck to paycheck. You become debt-free. You increase your savings by 25%. You build a vision for yourself and you get clarity on your financial goals. You become comfortable in asking for money and talking about it with people in your life. You learn the basics of financial planning, especially retirement, and you become your own financial planner. You build an investment portfolio for yourself. You begin building it within the program. You learn the step-by-step methodology to pick good equity mutual funds, and within the program, you begin investing. Learn the difference between gold bonds, gold funds, physical gold, which one to buy and how on your own, and other safe instruments. So all of this is the lifetime value that you create by learning the system. And this is like, it's like learning English. Once you've learned how to do this, you know it for the rest of your life. Like once you've learned English, how to write it, how to speak it, you just keep speaking, practicing, and we kind of become masters, and then we just add it. The same way is with finance. You learn once, you keep practicing it, you master it, and you will keep taking all the goals for the rest of your life without depending on anything. This is a 2.5 months program, guys. We meet you once a week, exactly like this on Zoom. So people who are watching us on Facebook, you know that we meet on Zoom once a week for 1 hour each week. The total sessions are 10. So this is a 10-week program. And once you successfully complete the program, you get an opportunity to join a free community of money gymmers. These are all the women who've completed this personal finance blueprint program and have created magical results or are creating it in their lives. The batch, the new program, is starting on October 10th, which is a Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. sharp. And this will be the timing for 10 Saturdays beginning October 10th. How do you pay? What is the payment? So the total program fee is, guys, 20,000 rupees in a batch. This is a group program and 20,000 rupees is the total fee. You pay it in installments. So you pay 2,000 rupees to book your seat right away. You pay 8,000 rupees 20 days before the session begins. You pay the balance 10,000 after starting of the program, after 3 sessions into the program and before the 4th session. So you're paying 10,000 rupees before you begin the program and 10,000 rupees after 3 sessions of the program. Which means you're paying 2,000 rupees to book your seat now, 8,000 rupees by September 20th. And the balance 10,000 you will pay after 3 sessions and before the 4th session, which is by October 13th. And you can Google Pay or Paytm to this number. So please write this down, guys, 9818540002. You can send a screenshot once you pay 2,000 rupees on WhatsApp on this exact number, and we will send you a registration form right away. Okay. Any questions?